Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know that it's been a bit since I recorded my last video. I think it was actually 2 months ago, but a lot has been going on in my life. I will most definitely soon be updating you guys on all new updates, but for this video particularly, I wanted to go ahead and dedicate it to my cat Amara. So the reason why I'm filming this video is because for those of you that have been following our page, or for those of you that are new, my name is Victoria and I do have a cat named Amara. Well, I actually have 3 cats, but one of them is named Amara, and she was recently diagnosed with FIP. FIP is a deadly disease to felines, and it can kill them depending on what type of form they have. In Amara's case, she had wet form, so it can kill them very rapidly. We're talking about at least 4 weeks is what her vet had given her as far as her lifespan. She was 5 months old when she got diagnosed, and the reason why I'm making this video is because, drum roll please, Amara was deemed cured, literally cured, on June 4th, 2022. The reason I'm filming this video is because I noticed that I had a lot of good positive feedback on my TikTok. If you're not following me on my TikTok, it's the same exact thing as my Instagram, my TikTok, and my YouTube channel. And it has over 27,000 views and over 2,000 likes, which is huge. Huge. It's more views than I've ever had on my YouTube channel. Let's put it that way. But the reason why I'm really filming it on YouTube is so we can continue to bring more awareness on a different platform to FIP. So when my little girl Mara was diagnosed, which was 6 months ago, when she was 5 months old, I did not know a lick about FIP. So I was literally going on TikTok, on Instagram, and on YouTube, and of course Google, to try to see anyone who had FIP, a cat with FIP. And in essence, I wanted to see if there was anything that I could do for my cats. If you're new to this channel, I'm going to go ahead and tell you everything about Amara and how she got diagnosed and things that I noticed for my cat. Well, Amara, she was 5 months old. She was still very little, obviously. She was a kitten. And I noticed that her belly was expanding. And we're talking about, like, she was a little tiny cat with a really round belly. And I'm like, I know she's eating a lot, but I don't think this is normal. So what I did is I took her to the vet, and they did do some blood work on her, and they also did an x-ray on her just to see what was going on with her belly. And when the vet came back and told me, she told me that Amara had FIP. And I was like, what is that? Like, what are you talking about? Is she gonna be is she gonna be okay? So many things are running through my head, and they told me that unfortunately it is deadly and that she only had 4 weeks to live. When I was given that information, I literally started to break down. I had just recently lost my cat Luna, and for those of you that personally know me, Luna was my little baby. She was my little calico. She was only 7 years old when I lost her. I tried everything I could to save her, but unfortunately she had a mass that was cancerous, that was growing in her throat, and they could not operate on it, because if not they would have to break her windpipes, and then of course cats can't live without that. So we had a trach put into her throat to see if it'll, see if she'll be able to breathe. She was, but then they said that cats cannot live on a trach for too long. It's not very good for their health. So unfortunately I had to put her to sleep, and then a month later Amara got diagnosed with FIP. So I got a double whammy there. And then, these past 4 years that I have been living in Missouri, well actually it's been 5, but for the past 4 years I have lost 4 cats, all due to cancer, and super unexpectedly, and it's been very tough. Then when Amara got her diagnosis and they told me it was deadly, I was like, oh my God, like, why is God doing this to me? What am I doing wrong? And so the vet told me about a Facebook page called FIP Warriors 5.0. And I quickly started to go on Facebook, and I requested the group to add me back. I ended up sending them a picture and a video of Amara walking, how her belly looked like, along with the pictures of her results for her blood work. And instantly they told me that she was a candidate for the treatment and that I needed to start her on it as soon as possible. Granted, when I was told this at the vet by the veterinarian, so many thoughts were going through my head. Like, oh my god, I just lost Luna. You know, this is gonna be another cat that I lose. I've been wanting a ragdoll, which is the breed that she is, for such a long time. My son was very attached to her. We're talking about, where's Amara in the morning? Let me kiss Amara, good night to sleep. Doing the bendición, like the cross and everything for her, like when she goes to sleep, everything. Like, he literally was attached to her. Like, it was such a beautiful moment to experience every single day. So when I was told this, I was like, how am I going to break the news to my son that Amara was no longer with us? Because up until then, he was still asking for Luna. And I kept telling him, oh, Luna's in heaven, you know, she's sleeping. And he's like, oh, when is she going to come? When am I going to see Luna? So on and so forth. And so I was like, how am I going to tell my son, who had just turned 3, how am I going to tell him that Amara passed away after Luna just passed away? It was just so much heartbreak that was happening. And so, you know, I quickly started her on treatment that same exact day. We went to a lady's house that the Facebook page told me to go to, that she had a vial that I can buy from her, and she would help me administer it into Amara for the first time so we could see how it worked. And God bless that lady. She literally was heaven sent. She had had so many cats that she had already cured from FIP. And I don't think she'll ever see this video, but if you do, you know who you are. I love you so much. Thank you for everything that you've done for us. And I am so grateful that my veterinarians did not turn us away and really took on Amara's case and really invested the time into researching this treatment, into researching how to help her on their spare time to go ahead and, you know, take on this case and just be more knowledgeable about FIP. Because yes, they did know about the treatment, you know, from word of mouth from different veterinarians. However, they never had a case themselves of someone going through FIP treatment. It's always been to be put to sleep. And so, you know, everything happens for a reason. And my vets know how much I really care about my animals. So I guess they thought I was a little crazy, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm proud to say again that Amara is finally cured. And this video is truly for those parents who are going through this journey and literally are at their wits' end, not knowing what to do. There is a treatment for these cats and your cat will survive. Now let's move on to what the treatments are. So there's 2 forms of treatments. It's either the injections or the pills. So when they first start their treatments, they usually like to put them on injections because it can, I think it goes like faster into their bloodstream. So that way it can start acting faster. Whereas just like in humans, you know, when you get something that's injected, it works faster than a pill format, right? So in essence, it works the same exact way. So with Amara, she was on injections for 53 days. Yeah, 53 days of injecting her. Amara is a very lovable cat. She's very affectionate. She's very friendly. She loves kids. She loves humans. She loves being around people. And when she would get injected, it's like she would scream and it would hurt my heart. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. So she ended up developing sores on her back. And the reason why she developed sores is because the injections are very acidic. And with it being acidic, you know, it can sometimes spill on their backs if the liquid comes out a little bit. And so that's what ended up happening to Amara. So with Amara, she had probably, I think, like 5 or 6 sores on her. Maybe it was 4 or 5. I don't remember. But I do know how bad they were. And to me, they were bad. We're talking about it being super duper red. It wasn't to the point where there was pus, which thank God it wasn't infected. But they were open wounds, is what it looks like. It exactly looked like an open wound. And they were very painful for her. I had to put her into little like doggy shirts. But you know, they're cat shirts or whatever. But just that way she wouldn't lick the area and make it even more you know, bad than what it already was. And so brings me to this little item here. It's called Antimicrobial Hydrogel, which looks like this. And I purchased it on Amazon. This exact hydrogel, it's to relieve itch, pain, and protect skin to help healing of wounds, cuts, sores, or skin irritations. I really don't know about this product. I did use it, and I noticed that it would get her skin very like sticky, and so I didn't feel like it worked so well. However, when I went to her vet and I brought her in because the sores were so bad and I needed some other source of relief for her, they did inject her with some sort of injection that I got it approved by her admins on Facebook. And it basically speeded up the healing process for all the little wounds she had on her back. Like I told you, there were several of them. And so they did send me home with some ointment. It's called Silver something. So for those of you that have a cat, I know I've said that so many times, make sure that you ask your vet for that little, it's a little ointment. It's a little tiny tube that they give you. And although it's really tiny, you're hardly even going to use it, because once you start using it for probably like 2 or 3 days, the wound, you can start physically seeing that like it's becoming a lot better. So I think I only used for her like probably for 2 or 3 days, probably 4 max, and the wounds were already gone. Like it was magic in a little bottle. And that's what really helped her. So I probably only used this probably a few times until I started really noticing that her sores were really bad. So a little bottle thing really helped. I don't have it anymore. I think my fiance threw it away once Amara was done with her treatment. Like I was saying, let's go back to how many days she was on injections. She was on it for 53 days. And I started noticing that her skin started to become very, very tough. What that means is when you're injecting a cat, you're supposed to lift up their skin so that way they can be like a little tent, right? So this is their skin, little tent, and that's when you inject the injection, not straight like this, but like down like this, so you don't touch the dermal layer, which again, they'll tell you all about that and how to inject, and they'll also send you videos. You can also YouTube videos. I started noticing that it was very hard to even lift up her skin. So that was a really big issue that we were, you know, battling. We started injecting into her dermal layer, which basically started to form like a ball in the back of her skin. Not in the back of her skin, but a ball on the injection site. And then that's when we got medicine. It was a pill format to give to her so that way it can reduce the inflammation, and that's exactly what it did. So those little fluid balls, they went away. But I started to feel like this wasn't working out anymore. Like I needed to probably switch over to the pills. And so we did, again, after the 53 days. And she was on the pills for 2 weeks before she got spayed. We decided to spay her while she was in treatment. So that way she can recover and she wouldn't have so much stress going through heat, because she had gone through heat twice. And that is very stressful on cats. So we decided to spay her while on treatment. So while we had her spayed, she was again on the pills, and her vet did start to notice that there was a level on her blood work that was slightly going up each time that we would do her blood work. So of course we did her blood work every 30 days, right? Mind you, she was on the pills for about 2 weeks prior to getting surgery. And when she had surgery, she had to re-get another blood work, so just to make sure that she was safe enough to go under. And they started noticing that that specific thing was going up. They didn't think anything of it. They just thought that maybe it's just a medication, because she was, you know, starting a new medication for the pills. They didn't think anything of it at that time. Then probably I think like 3 or 4 days later, right? I started to notice that around the area where she had her surgery, it was becoming very red, like a red rash. And it looked very, very irritated. So what did I do? I messaged the Facebook group, and they directed me to take her to the vet, have some blood work done. They probably thought that it was blood clots or whatever else it was. Turned out it was not blood clots. What it appeared to my veterinarian is that she maybe was allergic to whatever compounds that the pill had, because they started to compare her blood work from that day that we took her from the other blood works too, and they started noticing that ever since she switched over to the pills, that allergy, I can't remember the exact medical terminology on the blood work, but basically it was the allergy came out, you know, higher and higher. So the vet told me to stop the medicine, and of course I couldn't stop treatment because then Amara would relapse, and I didn't want that to happen. So we all agreed on, and the Facebook group too, we all agreed on putting her back on the injections. I think she was on the injections for probably like 2 or 3 weeks after that, just so she can complete at least 2 weeks after surgery, because I think they want to go 4 weeks after surgery. I could be wrong, but I do know that she had 105 days of treatment, and then she graduated to the observation period. In the observation period, it's typically 84 days that they are under observation. So even when she was doing treatment, her FIP admins wanted her to be on Pro Boost, which looks like this. It's exactly a supplement that humans use, but this was to elevate her lymphocyte, and it helps them fight off infections. So they basically wanted those levels to be a little bit more higher than what they already were. So she was also on Probioble DC, which looks like this, and she would take 1 a day, and then she would take 1/4 packet of this Pro Boost, and so that's what continued on to observation. So we forgot to mention, she was on vitamin B complex, which we also got on Amazon. That's what it looks like. She had this injection once a week until she finished observation. Like, she was on it through the treatment process, then during observation, and then after that, that's it, she was done. So the observation, you know, she completed, it's supposed to be 84 days, but her veterinarian didn't have anything on the 84th day. So she did have something open for the 79th day. And so that was on June 4th. She did her blood work, and it came back beautiful. And that same exact day, Amara was deemed cured. Yay! I had been praying for this day to come since she got diagnosed, and I'm so grateful. You know, I feel my cat's presence whenever I see Amara, and I feel like, you know, they helped the process. They really helped me save her. I really strongly believe, it may be crazy, but whatever, I really strongly believe that they knew that they were going to be taking Luna from me because she had cancer and I just didn't know, and they brought me Amara. Not that it would fill the void, because it never did. It still will never. But Amara helped me get through a lot of darkness, and although she brought me darkness, I still was able to cure her, and it's been a beautiful, magical journey, and she is literally my miracle baby. I want to go ahead and show you guys all the products that I have. I really hope that this video is educational for those cats and those parents that are going through FIP with their cats, and it is mentally exhausting, emotionally exhausting. You guys deserve an award. I deserve an award for all of this that we are being put through. But here we go with things that I bought. So let's go ahead and start off with the most important things, which is the solution that you're gonna need. This is what it looks like. It actually, well, mine came in this box. I bought 12 of them, and so it looks like this, you know, just vials. I did use the Aura Blue, in case you guys were wondering. The first vial that I ever used on her until mine came in was the Lucky brand. I decided to go with Aura Blue because there is 100% money back guarantee should she ever relapse, which, let me knock on wood, 1 second. Knock on wood. It's not gonna come back, but should it come back? Oh yeah, knock on wood. She would have 100%. I don't have to spend any more money than what I already spent on these beautiful vials. So that's the vials, and then let me go ahead and show you the pill formats. This is what the pills look like. Just little tiny little pills. She was on 2 a day. Again, Aura Blue is what I chose, which I think you don't have an option for that, or maybe you do, but I wanted to stick with the same brand that she was getting with the injections. So those are the two medications that FIP offers. Now let's move on to the needles that you're gonna need. So I decided to get her the 21 gauge, and I got this again on Amazon. That's the brand right here, and this is what the box looks like. The needles have a green, not tip, but a green cap on it, I guess you can say. That's what they look like. Green caps, needles. It's just very straightforward. If you ever run out of needles, you can always go to your vet and ask them. That's what happened to me. These are the syringes that I got. They have to be syringes without needles. This is the brand that I got, which is that brand. And this is what the box looks like. I think it came with 100, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Yeah, 100. And it's Lure-Lock. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Lure-Lock. That's what you gotta look for. These are one of the top ones that even came up on the little search bar, so that's why I got that. Amara with those sores that I was mentioning, and because her skin was so tough, we did invest in LumaSoothe Light Therapy for pets. This is what it looks like. This is very pricey. I think we bought it for like $170. We did use it for a few weeks while she was still getting the injections, and then even when we switched her over to the pills, I was still using this on her. So when she switched to the pills, I did forget to mention this. Her skin started to not become as tight. And that was because obviously we gave her back a break when we started the pills. Plus I was doing the LumaSmooth Light Therapy on her. And I did it twice a day for 15 minutes on each side, because we shaved her on both sides. So I did it on each side, and I think that really worked for her. When we started her back on the injections, her skin wasn't as tight as what it was. And then of course it became tight, and now it's super loose again. Skin is back to normal. The shaved areas, they did turn black. Not because her skin was dying or anything, but the pigmentation when you're adding the acidic injections, it turned the pigment of my cat's skin. They did tell me, and just in that specific spots that I would inject her, but I was told by the Facebook page that her color would come back, and it's literally coming back. So what it was, she's mostly white with like a grayish, and then her ears are black, which I'll show you, Amara, in just a sec here. But this really did help her. Love this. You also have to check their temperatures. The way that you check their temperatures is through their little behind, their rectal area. So this is the thermometer that I bought for her. It's for cats and dogs. Take it out of the box, dip some into the Vaseline. Reason why you need the Vaseline is so that way you can go ahead and gently, you know, insert it into her rectal area, or his rectal area, whatever. So that way you're not forcefully hurting the cat. Vaseline really helps it smoothly go in, and you won't have any issues. Again, we got her the probiotic DC tablets. That's for just, you know, good bacteria. Got her the Pro Boost so we can elevate her lymphocytes. Then we also got her vitamin B complex that she had once a week, and it was very little what she had of this. And probably was because of her size, since she was very little. Another thing I did want to mention, when she was going through treatment, yes, she was gaining weight. However, she was not able to pass 6 pounds. I mean, she was like 6 pounds and like 15 something ounces when she finished injections. And then once she stopped injections, I swear to God, she started rapidly gaining weight, which I was not too concerned about, because FIP did stump her growth. I don't know if it's a known fact or not, but ragdolls are supposed to be pretty big. Ragdolls are not bigger than Mancoons, they're smaller than Mancoons, but ragdolls are bigger than the normal, you know, domestic short hair cats, which is what I've always had, short hair cats. Well, I mean, I've had medium hair cats and they're a little bit bigger, but she's supposed to be a little bit bigger than the generic cat. Amara, I think she's a little bit smaller than my other cats. She is a smaller frame. She is weighing 10 pounds and something ounces. But they want her to stay around that same, you know, pounds. I'm gonna show you her. I'm gonna extend her so you can see how big she's gotten. So I think the other videos she was a little tiny little baby. But she's still a baby. She's 11 months now. And I'm looking over here because I'm looking at her while I'm talking about her. And she's just like, Mom. I really hope that one day it becomes approved by United States because it is saving hundreds and thousands of cats. My cat is one of them. And out of the thousands, hundreds of thousands cats that are being saved. And the most bizarre thing is that a lot of vets don't even know about it. That is why I am trying my hardest to bring awareness to FIP. If you can please share this video and my TikTok videos to help bring awareness. I don't even care about it eventually making me money. What I really care about is bringing awareness. Making sure that other cats and other parents know about this so they don't have to go through the heartache of having to put their kids, I'm gonna say kids because Amara's my kid, for putting their kids to sleep. You know, I've been through it 4 times and each time it doesn't hurt less than the first one or the second one or the third one. So they all hurts the same. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys Amara now, and you guys are gonna see how big she's gotten. And yeah. Alright guys, this is Amara. Look at how big she's gotten. Can you say hi, mommy? Can you say hi? Hi. Look at her little bandana. It says warrior. Let me show you how big she's gotten. Look at this. Look at that. My big baby. You see how her spots back here? How it's gray? This was all black. That was all black. And her color is coming back. Right, Gorda? Besito. Beso. She still gives me besos? After everything she's gone through, right? You still love Mama? I love you. That's my little girl. Can you say hi? We beat FIP. We beat FIP. Yay! You guys can please like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure to turn on your post notifications to be notified the next time that I post a video. We do have more exciting news coming. In the next couple of weeks, I will go ahead and inform you guys on our next update. And stay along for my journey. Bye!